Visual Composer extensions already includes 12 different icon fonts covering a variety of topics. All fonts combined equal roughly 3,200 different icons. For most people that should be more than enough, and you can even build your own set of fonts by simply activating or deactivating the fonts you like to have. But for some people that is still not enough, so Visual Composer extensions gives you the option to upload a custom icon font. That is provided that the custom font has been created with the IcoMoon app. IcoMoon itself publishes its own icon fonts already, and their basic version is even included with the plugin. But IcoMoon also provides an online font builder, just called IcoMoon app. When going to their website, you will find a link to that app, and it will open in your library. By default, the library is most likely empty if you haven't used the app before, and you can now simply add icons from the internal library, which includes almost a little over 24 different fonts already. Most of them are free to use. A couple of them you would have to purchase, but the free ones should be more than sufficient. Once you find a font you would like to use, all you do is click on Add, and the font will be added to your library, and you will get a nice grid preview of all the icons included. You can use more icons. You can add as many fonts as you like, and if the included fonts are not good enough for you, you can even upload another font that you got from somewhere else. Once you got the fonts you like to use, you can start selecting the icons you actually want to include. Selecting is as easy as just clicking on those icons. If you like to use the whole font with all the icons, you don't have to do that for each individual one. You can just select all, and it does it for you. Same way, you can also select none to reverse the selection. If for whatever reason it turns out you don't like that font, you don't need any of those icons, you can just easily remove the whole set. So you're just left with the icons you actually like to use. Once you made your selection, you click on Font, which gets you to the next step. Here you can define the individual class name for each icon, which will allow you to use that icon font anywhere on your website just by entering the matching class name. For most fonts that are in the library, class name should be pre-filled, but for some fonts it might just be a random combination of letters and numbers. Either way, you can leave it as it is, or you can change each class name individually. If it turns out that, or maybe I don't need that icon, you can quickly remove it by using that remove button. Once you're happy with all your class names, there's one last step to do. You need to go to the preferences, where you will give your font name an actual name. In our case, we will just call it weather icons. You can also assign a prefix or a postfix to each class name. Prefix, as the name says, will be added in front of the class name, and the postfix after. That is helpful to make your class names really unique, so that no other icon font or any other plugin or script might accidentally use your class name. So we will just add whether in front of each individual class name. And lastly, I'll get a couple selections, whether you want old Internet Explorers to be supported by that font. That's really optional to you, but those two items should most definitely be activated, as those create information that are required by the plugin to import. Those are the information you have to have. You can still provide some optional information, like some additional information to your font, your name, a description, copyright notice, license, whatever. Or you can just leave it empty. Same as version number. Once you're happy with everything in here, just close it and click on the download button. Clicking on that button will cause IcoMoon to create a zip package, an archive for you that includes all required files for the font. Once you downloaded your custom icon package, just remember where your browser is usually saving downloaded files, because as a next step, you will upload the same file to Visual Composer extensions. In order to do so, you will navigate to the page called Import Font, either via tab or the matching menu item, which will open that page. There are a couple of requirements your system should have in order for the upload to really work. We included a basic system check that should tell you if your system fulfills those requirements. Even if it does, it's not a full guarantee, but it's very likely that everything should go as planned. So as a next step, we will pick the file we just downloaded from IcoMoon. Note that we use the file exactly as we received it. We will not unzip it. It will not be renamed, just as you downloaded it. No changes to the file at all. Once that is done, all that's left is to click Import. And voila, you now imported the same custom icon font we created in IcoMoon, and you will get a preview of that icon font on that page as well. But I'll also tell you a couple more information. The name of the font, as we named it, we did not specify an author name, so it's an unknown author, and there are 47 icons included. If you need to remove that font because you want to replace it with another one, you just click Uninstall Pack, answer with yes. And you start out with a blank page again. But in our case, we do want to use the font that we just created. So that's going to be imported again. The plugin also provides you with a section where you can preview all icons for all active fonts. That section is called Icon Previews. And it starts out with the first activated font, which in our case is Font Awesome. If you click on one, it will tell you the actual class name, so you can use that icon outside Visual Composer if you have to. I want to preview a different font. This is the one we just uploaded, the custom user font with 47 icons. Again, clicking on one will tell you its actual class name. If we activate another font, save our settings, those fonts will appear as well. Before we had only 2, now we got the other 2 fonts as well. If later on you decide you would like to make some additions to your custom icon fonts or remove fonts, you can download the font package as you uploaded it, but more importantly, you can download what's called a JSON file. That JSON file contains all the settings you made for your custom icon font. And you can then import that JSON file back to IcoMoon and it will keep all the settings you already made. As you can see, it has your preferences. Everything is as you said it before. But you can now either remove icons or add more icons to it. Once you're done, you download the same package again, uninstall the old pack, and re-upload the new one, going full circle. And that's all that there is to know about the custom font upload feature. The custom font will automatically be activated, so it will be available to all elements in Visual Composer. You now have a new item in your font manager that wasn't there before. So you can, just like all the other ones, temporarily disable or enable the custom icon font. I hope you enjoyed this video.